Hello everybody, it's Lori with DIY Nails, and for today's Mani Monday, I'm going ahead and completing my Thanksgiving mani for Thanksgiving on Thursday. And our Thanksgiving is going to be a little different this year because we won't have all of our family and friends like we usually do because we're trying to stay safe and other people are trying to keep my family safe as well. So it's a little low-key this year, but I still wanted to have festive nails for our family dinner and some very close family that we have stayed quarantined with during most of this pandemic. So I just jump right in. It's a pretty basic mani. It's color blocking and a foil combo mani, and it's just very basic, so I'll just jump in later on in the video. But this color is called 0 Calories, and I don't think I've ever found another chocolate brown quite like it. I've tried to find other browns similar, but have never really come across one like this one, and I really do love it. I just find it hard to use in certain manis. So it's definitely one of my fall favorites, and I incorporate it with a lot of my fall manis. So it's just a really cool color and very chocolatey. So you'll see me pause a little bit through the video where I'm trying to determine what I wanted to do, because I actually just went ahead and started a mani and had no ideas in mind. I wanted to use this foil because it was gold and this new glitter that I got, which is a chunky glitter, and the name of it is Duchess. So when I come across that, you'll see. So just kind of wing it, and you'll see me moving kind of slow through the video because I'm still trying to decide, but I will catch up with everybody later on in the video. And here is where I bring in that gorgeous dip chunky glitter, which is Duchess. And I absolutely love this glitter because it has all these different shapes and sizes of glitter in it. So it catches so much light and it gives it so much depth, and it's just a gorgeous chunky glitter. And I have quite a bit of gold glitters, but this is probably moved right on up to the #1 spot. I love to use this as an accent. But for this mani, and actually all of my manis, I use my handy dandy toothpick. Everybody makes fun of me, but I use the toothpick to get those crisp lines. That's probably the #1 question I get, is how do I keep the dip and base off of my cuticles and sidewalls? And they kind of giggle when I tell them it's a toothpick. There are other things that people use, like I have used an orange stick. I've used the edge of the cuticle pusher, the flat edge, the spade side, but really my favorite go-to is a toothpick because you have a lot of control over it and it won't hurt you if you accidentally do bump into your cuticles with it, and it's disposable. So win-win. And for this mani, you can see when I started the video, I have 2 layers of whipped cream on my nail, and then I did the 2 layers of peel base, and then went in with 2 layers of color because I didn't want any of the whipped cream to show through this chocolate brown, which is actually called 0 Calories. And again, I didn't speed this video up at all because I wanted everybody to see exactly how long it takes me to dip. The only time that I did speed up was just the wait time of the drying for the foil glue and then the drying of the actual base and dip powder. But it took me less than 45 minutes to do both hands, and it's just a fun, simple fall mani. I hope everybody has some really cute nails for Thanksgiving this year. Even if you're staying home like our family, think everybody needs some pretty nails right now. And as you can see, I'm sitting here kind of pondering what I'm gonna do, which is included in the video. I did not cut it out. I just couldn't decide where I wanted to put Duchess on another nail, and then I really wanted to use this foil that I got, which includes some gold accent and a little bit of pink too. But I was just sitting there pausing, trying to decide what I wanted to do, and I ultimately ended up deciding to go with a simple color blocking right on the edge of my nail. So I went ahead and proceeded on with the second dip layer of my middle nail, and then I move on to a color blocking design on my middle nail. So as you can see, I'm pretty thorough about brushing off my powder before I go into activate, because I don't like to get any of the powders or glitters in my activator. And I also use the lint-free pads to help get any color off of the brush so that it doesn't end up tinting my actual activator in the bottle. And then you can even see after I'm done with the Duchess swipe of activator, I actually will pick out the glitter out of the brush. I used to have several bottles of activator, and I would have one for glitter, I'd have one for darks. And here I put a little note in to cap the edges. Don't forget to cap your edges. That helps prevent chipping and cracking of your nails. But you can see right there I'm picking out the glitter, because I used to have separate bottles and decided that it was more wasteful to do it that way because they evaporate really easily. So you end up going through activator a lot quicker than some of the other products, or at least I do, and I've had other people say that as well. So you just thoroughly saturate each one of your nails. Be sure to cap your edges. And here I just was deciding where I wanted the color block, and I use painter's tape. I have tried all kinds of tapes. I use Scotch tape sometimes. I use all kinds of things, but I just use painter's tape after activating because that gives me the cleanest, crispest lines that I've ever had. Other people have given me ideas, tips, tricks. I've watched other people's videos, but for me, this just seems to work better. So if you're someone like me that has struggled to get really clean edges, I definitely suggest trying a little bit of painter's tape. And I always apply the painter's tape after I have activated the color because it doesn't end up lifting any of the color, but you can try it anyway. This is just something that has worked for me, and it's become my go-to when I want to do any type of striping or color blocking. And at this point is where I go ahead and put my foil on, and this is one of my favorite foil adhesives that I have found because it's white, and when it dries and it's ready to have the foil applied, it turns clear. So you're able to make sure that you are distributing the foil glue evenly on the nail, and you know exactly when you should apply your foil. So it makes it very simple, and it does not require a light to cure. So that is definitely a bonus. With the foil glue, again, you want to make sure that it's evenly applied and then wait for it to turn clear. And here I was just deciding which design that I wanted to use of the foil. And with the foil glue, it's easy. You just want to make sure that the entire nail is clear before proceeding on with the foil. And how I apply my foil is starting at the cuticle. I set the foil down and then work the foil down the center of the nail. And I do use a silicone tipped nail pen for this. I feel that it gives it a lot better even coverage. If it gets down into all the cracks and crevices that I can't with my nails. And then I slowly work the foil down on each side of the nail. And there are some points where it wrinkles up. So when that happens and I don't want to lose any of my design, I just grab some scissors or clippers and I just clip a small little piece into the foil so that it will lay down over the curve of the nail. And since my nails are dipped, they do naturally have a curve. And I just work it onto the nail. You never want to pull the foil off when it's stuck to the nail because it is still in the process of adhering and drying to that tacky layer. So you want to just continue to work it onto the nail surface until it's ready to be removed, and then you slowly peel it off. And if any of the design sticks to the backing, you can just set it back down where it belongs and rub the design onto the nail, and it should rub right into the actual nail design. At this point, I go ahead and put my top coat on, and I do 2 layers of this. It's a beautiful top coat. It's one of my favorite top coats that I've worked with in a dipping system. And when I get to the foil nail though, I do not use the dip system top coat because it sometimes doesn't dry as quickly, because dip top coat does require the activated layer to help harden that top coat. So when I get to the foil nail, I go ahead and use just a regular clear nail polish on my foils. It's just as shiny, especially the one that I use. I use the Sally Hansen's Big Shiny top coat, and I don't use the fast drying top coat because it usually wrinkles or tends to shrink my wraps or my foils. So I just simply use a regular shiny top coat, and I have found that Sally Hansen's Big Shiny matches my dip top coat very well. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference hardly at all. So that is my go-to clear nail polish for my foils and even some of my wraps if I don't choose to clear coat those. Here's my second coat of top coat because I love my nails being very, very shiny, and I feel like top coat definitely hides a lot of the flaws because it's just so shiny and perfect. So make sure you cap those edges as well with your top coat. And there is my Big Shiny. It's, like I said, it's my favorite clear nail polish. So there is my Thanksgiving mani. I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys next Monday. And if you see anything you'd like to grab out of the video, you can purchase it at DIYnails.dipsydip.com. Bye guys!